I just woke up and was just ranting to myself when I realized I do the ranting to this box now for my own mental acuity. Right? I got some paperwork taken. I just woke up again. I'm telling you, I do a lot of naps. I don't take long sleeps. I take medium naps. Like I'm up, and then it's medium nap time. And then I'm up, and then it's medium nap time. Sometimes it's medium nap time, and then I'm awake, and then it's medium nap time. The dogs, they get me up to go outside, and then we all come back in here, and then we all cuddle under the blankets for warmth, and then it's nap time again. That's how my life cycle is. Anyway, I got to the doctor's office today. You know, that's a challenge and a half, for multiple reasons. I started using this doctor's office in this city when I lived there. I don't live there anymore. Most things, wind is really winding. John, he's really fucking nesting. Thought that was cute. On the video, it looked cute. It looks cute in real life too, but no one ever gets to see John do his little John thing. John's very old, and one day I'm not going to ever see John do his cute things again. Now I'm going to get teary-eyed, and let's not do that. So I get to the doctor. I gotta fill out some paperwork. Because the very, very small pittance the government has given me since I was 19 years old and did myself an injury. Well, it's fucking... the orange wannabe dictator wants to take it away from me. Okay. I mean, should I get an attorney? Because technically I should be owed my father's Social Security. Considering how my injury happened before I was the age of 21 and I was technically his namesake's successor. His firstborn, you know, blah blah blah. So technically, I could be like, yo, where's my father's money at? It's mine now. I can do that. I talked to an attorney. I can do that. It's some form of... My hands really aren't working very good right now. We're trying really hard, though, to get this cigarette twisted. I know that I'm looking at the camera. It's not going to help if I look at it. I feel it. Like, me doing this isn't going to make it roll any faster than me doing this. You know? But anyway... I got some of my medical testing stuff done. That was in a previous video today. That was an actual shorter video. Every time I try and make one of these videos, it ends up being half an hour to an hour long. And that's really annoying. I don't want to have videos that long. But sometimes it takes a long time for me to vocalize everything that's going on in my head, and even then we don't touch any of the there's too much. There's too much. It never stops. It never stops. There's always something going on in my brain, and it never stops. It never shuts up. It never rests. It's never quiet. It's always loud. Loud in my head. Loud in my head. Lots of thoughts, memories. It's like I'm seeing the past, the present, and the future, and all possible realities all happening at the exact same time, 24/7. And their sounds, and their smells, and their all fucking. Yep. Like such. Anyway. So I get to the doctor's office, get my paperwork signed, because my doctor said they're going to take away your food. Bullshit. You just come in here and they'll send you some paperwork and you're going to be on work release. All I have to do is just write down, you are not mentally fit to perform everyday normal people duties. Leave him in the woods and leave him alone and just fuck off. When I first started seeing this doctor, I really didn't like her. But over time, I started to like her a lot more. Especially that one time where I threatened that I needed a prescription for amoxicillin. I just randomly messaged my doctor and was like, "Yo, I need a prescription for amoxicillin." And she's like, "You realize that I'm a psychiatric doctor, right?" And I'm like, "Yes, but you're a doctor. I need a prescription for amoxicillin." And I was like, "If you don't give me a prescription for amoxicillin, I'm going to go to a pet store and I'm going to go into the fish department and I'm going to eat fish antibiotics. I have an infection. You are the only thing I have as a doctor. I am poor. So if you did this, it would be covered by my insurance. I need amoxicillin." And she went, "Don't eat fucking fish antibiotics. I'm sending in a prescription for amoxicillin." And I was like, "Thank you." I got amoxicillin. I was able to take care of an infection. I knew I had a really bad infection in my mouth. I knew I did, and the vodka wasn't burning it out. I didn't feel like trying to root around in there with knives and pointy objects, because I do that sometimes. So she's a good doctor. She's a good doctor. She really is. Really is. So she's like, she's going to help me out. Well, I get in there and we fill out all the paperwork. I asked multiple times, is there anything else that I might need to sign? I also had to sign some releases for, if another organization needs the data that this office has on me, I don't have to go in and sign another release. Basically, I'm just saying, if someone comes looking and going, "Hey, this fucking dude, do you have his paperwork?" They don't have to go, "Well, we gotta get him to sign a piece of paper for..." No, now they can just go, yep, here you go. He's already signed and released this information for the year." So I signed a bunch of shit. I leave. Come all the way back home. I have a sandwich. I lay here in my nest. Meanwhile, all day I've been getting calls from multiple states and cities about how there's some medical subsidy that I'm entitled to. $2,500. I don't know. They're like, you don't pay a penny. You don't pay a penny. $2,500. You don't. And I'm like, Why? What? The first, like, 4 people that called me today, like, because it was happening, like, every 10 minutes. Different state, different, but the exact same situation. I'm like, did somebody put me on a fucking... Someone figure out my phone number and then type it into some kind of fucking fuckery just to drive me fucking insane? By the way, here's your free mischief for the day. If you know someone's name and address, you can sign them up for free to Scientology. And for the rest of their life, they will be followed and plagued by books on the most idiotic religion that I've ever heard of. Scientology. So you're welcome. There's a free mischief. That's a dangerous mischief, though, because holy fuck, that would get annoying. It's so annoying. Anyway, so I have to keep yelling at these people because they keep calling my phone. And it's making me stressed out because if you could send me a text message, you send me a fucking text message. If you call me on this phone, and it's not for a good reason, like you're not a doctor or a pharmacist, or the neighbor's house is on fire and they need help. If you're just calling me and we're not fucking, like we don't have fun sex relation, like you're not my partner romantically, or we're not banging nothing, and you're just calling me to have a conversation with me. The amount of rage that goes through my body must be suppressed. Must. Just don't. No. But yeah, so all these mystery fucks calling me all fucking day. And like I said, I tried to be nice the first like 5 or 6. I'm like, yo, I didn't call them liars or scammers or anything at first. I didn't. I just said, you know what, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. But sir, it's free $2,500. I don't give a shit. $8 allows me to roll these for approximately 2 weeks. I get hungry enough, I could slap one of these bad boys and a really cool device that I have over here. I can go sit in the woods and I can fill a freezer full of deer. I can go fishing. I can do things. I don't give a fuck about money. Money is the root of all evil. You ever heard that saying? As someone who considers myself a hunter of things that are evil, I will say that money is one of them. Money, power, greed. They'll fuck you just as fast as Beelzebub himself. You show me a man that's not put into power, that isn't overtaken by control and greed. Show me. You can't. Look at politics. It's a fucking shit show. Shit, all of it. So, there's your hunter lesson of the day. if it kind of seems evil, it probably fucking is. Leave it the fuck alone. I don't need your fucking medical subsidy. But no. I got a TV that's going out, but it still works right now. It's held together with wood screws. I got these lights on Amazon for like $6. I can control them with my phone. I don't have to use a light switch or anything. I just click on my phone. I can make them different colors. I can make them do effects. They go around most of the room. They light things up decently enough. They don't make my brain want to explode because I have astigmatism. They just do their thing. See, look at that. It's nice. I have an Xbox. I do have an Xbox. I have Xbox. That is my sanity. Do you think that I would be... You think how much worse I would be if I just sang? I have a bookshelf. But 90% of the books on that bookshelf are like H.G. Wells and Edgar Rice Burroughs, and I've read them so many times. And these books were all my father's, and these books are so old that if you were to try to open them and actually read them, they would probably separate into chunks. So they just sit on my bookshelf safely where they belong. I do have some books on mycology and reptiles and amphibians and survival and herbs and gardening, but I don't need to sit here and read those. I'd go insane. So yes, I have an Xbox. Yeah. I play video games. Imagine if I didn't. So yeah, so I get my paperwork signed. I think everything's good. John is still not satisfied with his nest over there. He is still trying to figure it out. I don't know what the malfunction is, but he is pretty old. He's senile or something probably. Are you senile? I don't even think he can hear me anymore, honestly. I think he just basically smells me, and he can smell nicotine, so he knows where I'm at. Anyway, so yeah, I get what I thought done with all my medical stuff, and now I got all these people calling me. I started fucking cussing them out. I was kind of half expecting, if it happens again tomorrow, I'm just gonna start telling them that horrible things have happened that just haven't happened. Because one of them was like, oh, have you been in any accidents or anything in the last 5 years? Broken any bones? Have you been in any car accident? Which finger did I recently smash with an axe? Oh yeah, this one. This one's also been cut off almost, well, all the way to the bone twice. This one's been cut all the way to the bone twice. This one's been cut all the way to the bone twice. My fingers have all been snapped, cracked, popped, broken, and I just reset them and eventually they work again. I'm not gonna go to the fucking doctor's office because I kicked something barefoot and have a fractured toe. No. I don't go to the doctor unless I think I'm dying, which is sometimes a lot because of my anxiety disorders. And then they just go, Mr. Seltenwright, your heart rate is really, really bad. It's really up there. We're going to give you a shot. And I'm like, yep, I already know what you're going to do. You're going to put a saline bag on me, and then it's going to have a little attachment. And you're going to stick a needle to that attachment, and you're going to go, whoop, and I'm going to be full of fucking Ativan, and I'm gonna go, okay. And then you're gonna let me take a nap, and half the time you're gonna bring me something to eat and snacks, and then you're gonna put me in observation, and you're gonna go, oh, you're calmed down, now you're free to leave. Yep, you were having an anxiety reaction. I'm not dying, I'm having an anxiety reaction. You know, do you know how many ambulances I was in before that we finally came up to the conclusion that I'm not actually dying? Way too many ambulances. I almost got airlifted once. Like, they almost called a helicopter mid-transit because they didn't think that I was going to make it. And I had to look at the nurse and say, let us practice some breathing exercises and have a conversation with me about something weird to get me distracted. She nodded, we did, and she went, you stabilized. And I was like, I know. I know. So I had those things. And then I get a call from a doctor's office. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just answer. That's a call I'll accept. There was a box on the paperwork that I didn't sign. Now I have to figure out a ride again, go to the city again, just to sign a single box, and then return back to the woods where I belong. I specifically stood there in front of the clerk and asked her, anything else I can do, anything else I can sign today? I get all my medical appointments and shit through video calls and calls on my phone. I don't go into the office. I don't have that ability, nor do I want that ability to go into the office. Let me just do it right through my phone. I can do that. Well, guess what? I can't sign this form through. I said, can you put it on a fax machine or a scanner and scan a copy of it and then email it to me, and then I can open it as a PDF file on my phone. I can sign it, save the file, and then email it back to you. And solution. No, we're not allowed to do that. Why the fuck not? It's my signature. It looks like somebody fucking... So now I have to go to the town place again. And I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. So that's been the day. My surge protector is acting up. I had to violently assault it with the end of a screwdriver. It's like just whack, 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 whack. It's shanked the piss out of a surge protector. So also, don't do that. Don't do that. I did that. You don't do that. See, sometimes I'll teach you nice things. Sometimes I'll teach you mischiefs that you're automatically are like, I shouldn't do that. And then sometimes I do things that I shouldn't even do. And that you should just not do. Just don't do that. Just don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't. Okay. This has been the Gray Squirrel. I've grown really tired all of a sudden. So I just don't want to continue the video. I just don't. I don't want to do it. I don't want to talk anymore. Well, there is somebody I want to talk to, but pretty sure that this person that I was beginning to get romantically involved in, I lost him. I can tell. I can feel it. I can sense it in the fucking air. So if you are a chick that is very in nature, you're an environmentalist, you want to homestead and live in the middle of nowhere and play lots of video games and just be way too clingy to one another and make our genitals touch a lot. My Discord link is in the channel description, or you can leave a comment. I'm saying this as a joke, but I'm also I'm pretty serious. I am insane, but I fuck like the government. And, oh yeah, I gotta leave you with a wisdom. You contemplate this wisdom. Just because your neighbor mows his lawn does not mean that you should start a fire. It's been a great squirrel. Stay safe, stay blessed. And remember, get into mischiefs and watch out for evils. There's evils all over the place. Farewell.